2 Chronicles Chapter 12. After Rehoboam had firmly established his kingdom and strengthened his rule, he sadly turned away from the law of the Lord, and all of Israel followed his lead. In the 5th year of King Rehoboam's reign, Shishak, the king of Egypt, marched against Jerusalem. This was because the people of Judah had transgressed against the Lord. Shishak came with a formidable army, including 1,200 chariots, 60,000 horsemen, and countless troops from Egypt, including the Lubims, Sukkiims, and Ethiopians. He captured the fortified cities of Judah and eventually reached Jerusalem. It was at this critical moment that the prophet Shemaiah went to Rehoboam and the leaders of Judah, who had gathered in Jerusalem because of Shishak's threat. Shemaiah delivered a message from the Lord, saying, "You have forsaken me, and therefore I have allowed Shishak to conquer you." Upon hearing this, the princes of Israel and the king humbled themselves before the Lord, acknowledging his righteousness. When the Lord saw their humility, he spoke to Shemaiah, saying, "Because they have humbled themselves, I will not utterly destroy them. Instead, I will grant them some deliverance, and my wrath will not be poured out on Jerusalem by Shishak's hand. However, they will serve Shishak as a reminder of my service and the service of the kingdoms of other nations." Shishak, the king of Egypt, indeed invaded Jerusalem, taking away the treasures from the house of the Lord and the king's palace. He plundered everything, including the golden shields that Solomon had made. To replace these shields, King Rehoboam made shields of brass and entrusted them to the care of the chief of the guard, who guarded the entrance to the king's palace. Whenever the king entered the house of the Lord, the guards would take the brass shields and return them to the guard chamber. When Rehoboam humbled himself before the Lord, his wrath relented, and destruction was averted. During his reign, Judah experienced a period of relative stability. Rehoboam ruled from Jerusalem for 17 years, starting when he was 41 years old. He reigned in the city that the Lord had chosen from all the tribes of Israel to place his name. His mother's name was Naamah, and she was an Ammonitess. However, Rehoboam's reign was marred by his evil deeds because he did not set his heart to seek the Lord. The full account of Rehoboam's reign, including his conflicts with Jeroboam, is recorded in the writings of Shemaiah the prophet and Iddo the seer, particularly concerning genealogies. Rehoboam passed away and was buried in the city of David. His son Abijah succeeded him as king.